With Amazon, you're basically, to put it simply, you have two options. You can, list on Amazon for free, and that's the individual seller account, or you can buy a professional seller account, and then you'll have unlimited listings, but it does cost, I believe, $39.99 a month. We'll round it up to 40 and just say 40. Now, benefits and drawbacks to both of those plans. When you get an individual seller account on Amazon, and you want to push products because you like that is attractive to you, because you can list items on Amazon for free at that point. The only time that's attractive to somebody that's a beginner, the only time that you're going to get charged if you're listing with an individual seller account is you're going to get a 99-cent fee when you sell a product. And you're also going to get charged a fee for that specific product, but you're only going to get charged a 99-cent fee to sell that product. However, you are limited, I believe, to 40 items a month selling-wise, so if you plan on scaling this up, you probably will be selling more than 40 items a month. You should be selling more than 40 items a month if you're doing this right and you're buying enough items. And a lot of them are going to be very, very cheap. We're going to get into that. So I would recommend, now I understand if you don't want to go this route, and if you don't want to go this route right away, by all means, just stick with the individual seller account. I have no vested interest in you paying Amazon $40 a month. I would suggest you get a professional seller account and pay the $39.99. The reason for that being is you're only going to pay it once initially, right? You're going to pay that $39.99 initially when you're first buying your seller account, unless you already have a seller account, and then it will be auto-deducted out of your Amazon seller account balance every month after that. So you're not going to be paying out of pocket. If you put a credit card up there, your credit card's only going to be charged the first month, and then it will be deducted out of your seller account balance on Amazon, so it'll be deducted from your profit that month. So you won't have to pay it out of pocket. You just will get paid $40 less, every other 2-week period, so every month. Now, I would recommend going that route because with a professional seller account, you don't get charged per product. So let's just weigh the pros and cons of each. Individual seller account, you sell 30 items per month, you're good. And, it costs you $30 plus the fees, obviously. And the fees will only get deducted on Amazon after you sell something, so it just negates off your profit. So you sell 30 items, you get charged $30 with an individual seller account. With a professional seller account, you sell 30 items, you get charged $40, and then obviously the fees. So in that case, it would behoove you to keep the individual seller account. However, like I said, the majority of you are going to be selling more than 40 items a month. If you're scaling this to any certain degree, I probably sell a couple hundred items a month. So if I were paying a couple $100 a month to keep an individual seller account selling all those items, it wouldn't make a lot of sense. So let's even say that you sell 45 items a month, which you should probably be selling more than that, but let's just keep it low and say you're going to sell 45 items a month online on Amazon. Well then, if you weigh the options, it costs you $39.99 to get a professional seller account, and it costs you $45 a month, roughly. Obviously, those pennies are in there. So maybe 40 something to sell 45 items a month with an individual seller account. So if you're planning on selling more than 40 items a month, go ahead and get the professional. It's only $40, and it will be auto-deducted out of your seller account balance. After that, for whatever reason, you can cancel anytime. Amazon is a great marketplace. Another great marketplace that you can sell on is obviously eBay. Now, where there's a lot of things that sell well on Amazon, it's easy to list on Amazon, it's easy to relist stuff on Amazon if you're buying stuff from Amazon already. With eBay, it is a little bit harder to list, and with Amazon, obviously, you can check the sales velocity and the sales of a certain, not just product specifically, but of a market. So if I were to, this is a bad example, but if I were to get into highlighters and I wanted to resell a highlighter, it's a terrible example, just roll with me though. If I wanted to resell a highlighter on Amazon, it would be really easy to see, what the market is for a highlighter, what the other prices are, and a way that I use that is Jungle Scout's Chrome extension. With eBay, the reason I'm telling you this is because with Amazon, you can literally run the Jungle Scout Chrome extension and know every single number. If there's 20 people selling highlighters, for example, I know that, the first 18 people are roughly making 10 grand a month selling highlighters, and they're selling it at this price, and this is all the numbers, and I know all those things. With eBay, you don't know all those things. I'm going to show you how to do product research and marketplace research on eBay later on in the course when we're vetting items, and I'm going to run through examples on every single one of these marketplaces that we're going to talk about. But on eBay, you have to kind of play slight guessing games, so it's a little bit more difficult. Now, with Amazon, like I said, it's easy to relist. With eBay, there are a lot of great things that you can sell on eBay that wouldn't necessarily be good plays or good things to sell on Amazon, and it's hard to put a one-size-fits-all answer onto that, but they obviously differ from product to product. Just know for right now that eBay is a great marketplace where you can pretty much sell anything, and it's a great alternative to Amazon because a lot of things that don't sell well on Amazon do have a market on eBay and vice versa. So keep that in mind. Now, Mercari's a great app and marketplace as well. I am fairly new to Mercari. If we pull up my, I don't know if I'm signed in here. Let's check. I am. So I only have 28 reviews on Mercari currently. That means that I've only sold 28 items on Mercari because you get a review every single time you sell an item on Mercari. It's a phenomenal website with a ridiculous potential. Now, Poshmark also has a great potential. It's been, I like both of them as, supplements to Amazon and eBay. Like I said, Amazon's my main. eBay is probably my secondary, and then Mercari and Poshmark are really up there with eBay as far as that goes. Mercari's a great place, and you can literally sell everything that you can sell pretty much on Amazon, everything that you can pretty much sell on Poshmark, everything that you can pretty much sell on, on eBay, you can sell on Mercari. The only difference being you can't sell like nutrition products or supplements or anything like that, anything with an expiration date or food products or anything like that. You can't sell back on Mercari, but literally anything else, if you list it on Mercari, you'd be surprised. You'll start getting views, you'll start getting likes, and you'll start getting engagement and potential sales on things almost immediately. There's a crazy market for things on Mercari. Poshmark's near and dear to my heart. I pretty much started, I really started my very first, the very first thing I ever sold online was probably like 8 to 10 years ago on Amazon before it was even like big. I think I used to sell like books back on Amazon. And little things around the house here and there just to make a little bit of money. But then I got into Poshmark probably like 2 years ago when I was first started getting back into online entrepreneurship because I did the whole school route. I went to college and I figured out it wasn't good for me. I didn't like it. So I got into online entrepreneurship. Poshmark was literally I think the first course, if not the second course I ever made on Udemy, and on literally like the second course I ever made. And it's just near and dear to my heart. You can sell so many different things on Poshmark. Obviously, the main thing is clothes and clothing items and like accessories, watches, jewelry, stuff like that, clothes. But the great thing about Poshmark is there's so many people on Poshmark ready to buy. It's ridiculous. So Poshmark's great because, like I said, you can start with really anything around the house. We all have old clothes. We all have, literally anything like that we can just kind of, if you have an old pair of shoes you don't wear, slap them on Poshmark. I guarantee you they'll get views, potential likes, and they might sell within, a month or two. If they're in good condition and they're like closer to new, they might sell within a day or two at a high margin. Moving on, now these are things where I don't really sell that much, but I am aware of them and I want to give you extra tools in your tool belt. So Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, realistically, are not places that I sell. I do not sell on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. The reason being is I like the other marketplaces better, and I like to keep my business with my business, and for that reason, I don't want to link my personal Facebook account to an Amazon or to a Facebook Marketplace account and start selling there. I do know a lot of people that sell on Facebook Marketplace. I do not know a lot of people that drop ship on Facebook Marketplace, and they make a great amount of money doing it. I just don't do it personally, and I don't personally like it for myself, but I know that you can make a lot of money on Facebook Marketplace. With Craigslist, I know some people that sell on Craigslist and make decent money selling on Craigslist. I don't personally sell on Craigslist just because I don't trust it. We've seen so many scams, so many shady things going on Craigslist. I don't personally like it, but you can actually, one of the greatest things about Craigslist will be getting items very, very cheaply and free. It's a great place to get items. I don't necessarily sell there, but you can. I just wanted to add these things to your arsenal. Now, Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace are great places to sell things that are very heavy or big. The reason being is you'll see here a lot of these are heavy and big if you scroll down them. And if you do the same thing on Craigslist, you'll see the same thing. The reason being is, and these are Let Go, and why is this messing around here? Oh, we froze. There we go. Let Go and OfferUp are definitely great places to sell big and bulky items, so the same thing falls into them, but I'm going to talk about them in a second a little bit separately because I do sell on those. So with Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, and obviously Let Go and OfferUp, you can sell, heavy things. If I were selling the highlighter, to go back to the highlighter example, I wouldn't necessarily have to sell that on one of these marketplaces because I could sell this and ship this fairly cheaply and fairly easily if it's in a box, if it's in an envelope, if it fits in like, a padded envelope that you can get from the post office. Furthermore, with that being said, one thing to keep in mind is if you're selling like a desk or you're reselling something you find on Craigslist, and that's something we're going to talk about later on in this course, that's really bulky, but it's worth like $100. Well, or a bike, for example. I always use the bike example. Let's say your bike's worth $200, and you could sell it, on Amazon or eBay for $200, but it's going to cost you, believe it or not, because bikes are big and heavy, and to get a big box like that, it might cost you $100 to ship that thing, thus negating your profit margin to $100. Or maybe your bike's only worth $100, then there's no point to even ship it or sell it because you're not making any money. The reason I suggest these as alternatives is Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Letgo, and OfferUp is because they're face-to-face most of the time meetup places, which means that you can exchange cash for bigger items so that you don't have to actually ship them. It just behooves you to sell those things because you can make, obviously, cash and you don't have to pay for the shipping, but you don't have to actually worry about a bigger item and shipping it and going through the hassle with everything. So just something to keep in mind. If you have any questions, let me know. Now, I do sell on Letgo and OfferUp as well. There's only one difference between Letgo and OfferUp. And in my opinion, they're both equally, great. I sell on both of them a little bit, and I've been testing them out. With the only difference being that OfferUp you can actually ship now to nationwide. With Letgo, you have to meet up face-to-face, just like Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. You don't have to meet up on Facebook Marketplace, but those are, just to keep in mind. With Letgo, I love Letgo. I think I've sold 3 things on Letgo now, and I have 3 ratings. On OfferUp, I sold 3 things on OfferUp, and I have 3 ratings. Just kind of testing them out. They're great places to get rid of, stuff around the house or, potential stuff that you wouldn't otherwise sell on any of the other marketplaces. It's very, very rare that that's going to happen to you. But if it does happen, I just want to add tools to your arsenal. These are marketplaces where, people around you relatively locally, maybe within like 20 miles or so, are looking at these items and potentially buying them. And obviously OfferUp you can ship nationwide, which gives you a little bit, bigger pool of people to sell to. So just things to keep in mind. I wanted to touch on all the different marketplaces.